Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon to those of you on the other side of the pond. We're very excited to have you here with us today. Thanks for jumping on. Today, we're going to discuss one of our newest features, and we're very excited about this. It's something that our partners have been asking for and waiting for. In our latest release of Contact Center, we introduced Omnichannel. So today, we're going to talk about Omnichannel features and how those can add value to your business. Joining me today is our Contact Center product owner, Sevda Frasto, who will give us an in-depth look at the product, and she can answer all of your questions about Contact Center at the end. We will also hear from Jose Ferreras, one of our business success representatives, with his ideas on how to use Contact Center and especially Omnichannel to boost your sales and overall business value. And finally, we're honored to have a longtime partner, Malcolm Turnbull, joining us today to share his story of using Omnichannel, and hopefully he'll be able to encourage you with his ideas and successes. So on our agenda today, we will go over the benefits of Omnichannel, delve into the details of our new release, and talk about how to use Contact Center in your own business. Then we'll give the floor to Malcolm and finally circle back on how to get started with Vicom Systems. At the end, we'll open the floor for questions, so please type your questions into the Q&A box throughout the presentation so that we can address them at the end. We are recording this presentation and we'll share the video with you by the end of the week. So without further ado, let's get started. Over to you, Sevda.
Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining today's webinar. We hope that you'll find this webinar session very useful. So I will start with explaining, telling you a little bit more about our Omnichannel Contact Center solution. First of all, let's define what is Omnichannel Contact Center. As you are probably all aware, that is a contact center that allows agents to handle requests and share information across customers' favorite channels through a single, easy-to-use interface. So within the previous period, we were working on 4 different components when it comes to the Omnichannel development. And that would be visitor application, which is basically our live chat application, agent and supervisor application, which is improved agent application, where additional sections were added related to the Omnichannel. Also PBX configuration. We also within the PBX contact center menu added complete new messaging section for the purpose of messaging queues, channels, and chatbot configuration. And in the end, reporting. So for the Omnichannel purposes, we added a brand new statistics page with blended reports that are displaying statistics across all channels within queues and agents reports. And we also support scheduled reports for this new statistics page. So today I will not just focus on our latest release 7.1, but I will also talk a little bit about features that are coming in 7.2 version. Currently, we are in the beta phase of this 7.2 release, but within the next month, we are expecting to have a stable release. So this is a list of new features that are coming within 7.2. When we are talking about different components that we were working on within Omnichannel, we can divide them into different experiences. So that would be admin experience, agent experience, supervisor experience, and end user or visitor experience. So when it comes to the admin experience, here you have a high-level overview of the features that we introduce within PBX sphere part, configuration part. So today I will focus on the most important features, and that would be, for example, let's start with the queue setup. So within the queue setup, first of all, we need to think about setting up assignment strategies. Currently we have enabled manual and automatic assignment strategy with an option to enable returning customer feature. If returning customer feature is enabled, that means that system will try to connect agent, actually customer, with an agent who was the last to spoke with that customer in the defined period of time. This is really important because in this way you can avoid customers' frustration because they sometimes need to repeat some questions and information multiple times. With these options, they will continue talking with the same agent, so they will not need to repeat themselves. If returning customer option is not enabled, then a system will work by a standard automatic assignment strategy. And this strategy tries to use comprehensive set of criteria to enable distributing requests to agent as even as possible. That means that automatic assignment strategy takes into consideration agent availability, agent capacity per channel, agent workload, as well as agent unserved time. So this is also important in order to avoid agent burnout because their capacity and workload is taken into consideration. Within this queue setup, we also enable out-of-office messages. Why are they important? So they serve to align customers' expectation with business hours, so that the customers are aware if they send some questions or inquiry out of the business hours, that they can expect answer maybe tomorrow or when the next working day began. Within the chatbot configuration, this is example of chatbot configuration. Although this is basic chatbot, we try to introduce rich options so that administrators can add as many options as they need to cover different topics that customers can be interested in. So with this way, we try to automate queues routing because customers will be able just to select the options they are interested in, and quickly that request will be routed to the appropriate queue. Also within the settings, we added some other useful options such as first response timeout and chatbot timeout. So first response timeout enables you to define action if agent do not answer on conversation request in defined time period. On a similar way, chatbot timeout enables you to define when the chatbot session will be terminated if the customer does not provide or select some option within the defined time period. These options are really important for improving first response time, which is from the customer point of view, maybe the one of the most important metrics. Within work units, I already mentioned this part within auto assignment strategy. So we introduce this term because we are aware that different channels, they actually require that different level of effort to be invested while dealing the request. For example, it is much harder to deal request on the live chat channel in comparison to the email channel, because although email requests can be really complex, at least agent can have time to think about that request and answer it. But on the live chat channel, of course, agents need to provide immediate answer. That's why we introduced these work units and we assign them to chats and emails by default based on effort that needs to be invested in handling requests on different channels. Also, I already mentioned that we introduce a capacity option to define on per agent level how many requests can agent handle at the same time. When it comes to the reporting part, I will not go through all the reports, but I will focus today on key metrics that we provide through queue and agent reports. When it comes to the queue reports, those metrics are certainly first response time, SLA, resolution time, handling time, waiting time, speed to answer, conversation, number of conversations handled, abandoned conversations, peak day or hour traffic, and number and list of returning customers. On the other side, when it comes to the agent metrics, we enable the agent utilization rate, handling time, waiting time, speed to answer per agent, pause and sessions, number of conversations handled per agent, as well as number of abandoned conversations per agent. So when it comes to the admin experience, we can say that key business benefits are that our omnichannel contact solution provides is a possibility to enable businesses to reach their final destination by providing flexible setup and configuration. Also to provide support in creating seamless journey across voice, email, live chat, SMS, Facebook Messenger, and WhatsApp channel. Now we will move to the agent and supervisor experience. So here you have a high-level overview of all features that we introduce within the agent panel. This is maybe the main view. It is not really different when it comes to the supervisor and agent experience. Just in case you are a supervisor, you will, of course, have additional sections such as supervised chats. So within the main menu, you can see the chats and email tab. Within the chats tab, this is the place where all requests from customers that are sent from SMS, live chat, Facebook Messenger, or WhatsApp channel are coming. We on purpose make different tab for email because email requests have different nature. These chats and email section basically have three sections, and that would be first sections are the place where all requests are coming. So here within my chats, agents have overview of all requests that are enabled to them. Within unassigned chats, they can have overview of all unassigned requests that are in the queue currently. Then we have conversations cards. This is the place where all the conversation between agent and customer is happening. Of course, in some cases, and supervisor, if private message mode or whisper messaging is included. So here, agent have a possibility to, of course, send emojis, different attachments, but also to use canned responses. Canned responses are predefined answers on some common questions, and the key goal of these canned responses is to save agents time so that they can deliver answer more quickly. Here, agents can assign requests to themselves. They can transfer or close the request. They can also change status of a request from the open to waiting or from waiting to solved, and in the end from solved to closed. And they can have sneak peek or preview of message that visitor is currently writing on the live chat channel. Also, if they are stuck with some conversation and they are not sure how to handle that, they can write private messages that are colored in different color and that are only visible to agents and supervisors, asking for some consultancy from supervisors in the real time, which is not, of course, visible by the customer. In the profile section, we also added some new features. So now it is possible to have overview of all contact details if this is some known contact that already was sending requests to the company. So it may be it can be a lead or existing customer. So these details can of course be edited. And within conversation history, we enable conversation history across channels. So with this information, we empowered agents to have full context about all conversations that some customer had with the company through or with different agents. So with these features, of course, agents can prepare themselves better and deal issues that some customer has easier. When it comes to the dashboard tab from the agent perspective, I can say that it is really important to mention my performance tab. So this is something that was highly demanded from a lot of our customers because we now enable the real-time view, let's say some kind of self-evaluation, how the agent is working through the day, so he can have overview in real time how many conversation has he closed, how many conversation did he got, what are his key metrics, speed of answer, handling time, what is his current capacity for some channel, his workload, etc. So if he has some daily target that he needs to achieve, he can know in real time how is he working and what else he needs to do by the end of the day to achieve his targets. So when it comes to these key benefits that agent can experience by using our omnichannel contact center solution, I would highlight the possibility that he can now handle all requests that are coming from different channels within a single interface that, of course, minimize complexity, maximize productivity, and allow agents to focus on delivering excellent service. Um, Also, agent experience is now improved and handling time is reduced due to all these features that we added, such as customer information, full context of customer previous conversation history across channels, etc. So we now can move to more details about supervisor view. So in addition to previously mentioned, it is important to focus on the dashboard conversation section where maybe supervisor will spend the most time because here he has an overview of agents um, all agents, channels that they are working on, their queue metrics such as speed of answer, handling time, number of active conversations per channel, but also workload. Similar to the agent dashboard, they have also overview for the queues where they can see daily statistics such as total conversations, which ones are answered, unanswered, key metrics such as speed of answer, handling time, waiting time, etc. Also really important is this new conversation section where supervisor have overview of all conversations, but with key information such as customer ID, customer name, queue, but they can also see, for example, state. And if some conversation is in the queue, they can see for how long is that conversation in the queue and maybe investigate more why, etc. They also have additional action possibility to manage this conversation by transferring conversation, taking over, closing the conversation, or simply supervising it. Let's say that key benefits from supervisors is that they are really equipped with a suite of tools that allow better control of active conversations and overall workflow. They can also gain deeper insights because they are able to view conversations transcripts, to hear recordings. They can also provide real-time coaching with whisper messages option and perform many other needed actions to enable successful contact center operation management. In the end, we have end user or visitor experience. This is mostly related to the live chat application that we also developed. So this is high level overview of features that live chat application has. Here we can see that agent can fulfill pre-chat form and leave the key information about, sorry, not agent, customer, and leave the key information about himself. He can also use self-service options to choose in which topic is he interested in. He can express himself in a better way by sharing some documents or pictures, etc. So when it comes to this end user or visitor experience, we can see that we enabled with our solution convenient way for customers to start conversation with the company while visiting or browsing company's website, but also through favored channels or applications. We save customers time through self-service chatbots. We prevent customer dissatisfaction because we are trying to eliminate these repetitive questions about some problems or queries that they already asked. We enable the better expressing themselves. And also we align their expectation when they can expect some answer with typing notification, seeing notification, out of office messages, etc. So that would be it from me. Back to you, Laura.
Thank you so much, Sevda, for all that great information, a really in-depth look at the product. And now we'll give the floor to Jose to talk a little bit more about what that means for you and your business.
Thank you, Laura, and thank you, Sevda. As said before, my name is Jose from the Partner Success team, and I'll be going over some of the questions that your clients might have or that you might be asking yourself. Is contact center the right product for you? And well, I'll say, are you looking for a modular solution that provides flexibility and high performance features for voice and messages? If that's the case, Contact Center and Omnichannel provide the ability to adapt to your customer needs and wants, allowing them to provide the allowing them to have dedicated voice or messages agents, depending on their skills and volume of interactions. Do you want to have participation when it comes to ideas for development and future improvements? If that's the case, our product owners are always seeking feedbacks and suggestions from partners to define the direction the product is going. Are you in a price-sensitive market, or could price be a deal breaker for your leads? If that's the case, we have a great pricing scheme, which is competitive. And if you need more information about that, please feel free to reach out to your account manager or to the Partner Success team. If you're seeking for a solution that offers advanced analytics and reporting capabilities, the Contact Center has features to track performance and customer satisfaction metrics, as Sevda showed before. If you need a scalability to accommodate to the fluctuations when it comes to calls, volumes, and business growth, if that's the case, our Contact Center is scalable. It's a scalable solution that can grow as the business expands. This is particularly relevant because sometimes you might be in a situation where the customer operation might be small, but in the future they might grow. So this product is perfectly scalable. And the Supervisor app, the agents, and Omnichannel itself are add-ons, so it can be modified depending on the given situation. If you are looking for a contact center solution with built-in tools for monitoring and improving agent performance, ensuring consistent service delivery, the Supervisor app and dashboard provide live stats, CDRs, conversation whisperings, as you saw, and analytics that may help you on that. And if you require a solution that offers flexibility in handling inbound calls, outbound calls, and other type of interactions depending on the diverse needs of your leads or customers, the Supervisor app also has the capability of making changes on the go to adapt to any given situation. I don't know if you saw before, but the Supervisor, they can change agents between queues, assign conversations, jump into the conversation and take it over, and many more things. Now on to the customer success story. We have our partner, Malcolm Turnbull. He is from Nova9. He's located in South Africa and is one of our biggest partners. And not only that, he's one of the fastest growing too. Over to you, Malcolm.
Thanks, Jose. Thanks, everyone, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us today. Just a quick, brief introduction. I'll start off in the early 90s as a development team, and quickly in the university stage realized that there was a space for an IT company, and we got into networking. And in the early 90s, we quickly realized that there was a niche market in the networking arena, and we eventually sold the company. And I joined up with a telecommunications company in the mobile space and developed the least cost routing, IoT, and voice over IP channels. And was later then headhunted into a broadband company and became the executive head of sales and marketing and driving the voice over IP strategy there as well. And then in 2013, I was introduced to Bicom products and left them and became a Bicom partner. So since 2013, we've been driving Bicom systems within the South African market. So taking that into account, we then went and turned around and said, well, what are we going to do with the South African market? So we became the custodian for Africa, and we started to help the resellers in the area. So we've got over 15 active resellers. We've got a lot of sub-resellers in there. We've got over 100,000 extensions across our resellers, over 85 multi-tenants, 38 call centers, of which our largest is over 350 seats. So we've got a good experience in the marketplace. And through that, we've been able to go and see what the market is doing and provide some feedback. So some of the challenges that we've been facing is really around about customer tracking. So in the journey of the customer call center, most people know that customer tracking is paramount. Staffing resources are generally low from a call center perspective, as agents are quickly exhausted. Sedva mentioned that earlier on around about the skills and providing workloads on that. And because it is not a well-paid position in the things, we find agents move, and they move quite quickly, and they move for the quickest buck where they can. So a lot of call centers don't invest in their particular agents. So your skills base and your staffing issues becomes a particular problem. Customer behavior has changed drastically over the last couple of years. Customers being less tolerant, less caring and understanding of what is happening at the end of the call centers. And then we have our low-skilled environment there as well. People are now also opting other mediums because it's less stressful. They hide behind those particular mediums to abuse agents. So it doesn't give the customers, all the agents, a good experience. And the nature of today's call centers is they deal with a multitude of languages, cultures, ages, and wants and requirements. So some interesting stats, just to give before we go on to the next section, is really around about the particular medium. So this came off Google, so we've got to take what it is. And it's quite interesting to see the numbers. I mean, 2.4 billion WhatsApp users. Now you wonder why people are saying, can we have alternative mediums into our contact center? Over 3.4 billion Facebook users, Instagram users, Twitter. These are just most of the common ones that we use. And these mediums keeps changing. But yet SMS still remains quite a high percentage, over 5 billion people. So the next couple of slides, I just want to quickly go through some simulations of customers that we've been dealing with and what their pain points were and what they've done. So I've looked at two particular markets in one. So you'll just have to excuse what we're using as an example, but a particular customer's looking, let's say, for a winter floral duvet. They go onto a particular website, they find the local retailer, and what happens is they find that retailer and say, look, I want to looking for this particular product. They get put through to the relevant department and the phone is not answered. How many of us are used to that type of environment? The call then reroutes through to a call center because the customer, the retailer realizes they need to have something else to capture the customer. It gets into a call center. The call center does their particular job. They find an alternative item. They locate the closest to the store. And then the customer gets redirected to the store. How many people of us have gone to those particular stores to click up our item and they have no record of who we are, where it is, even though now it has been confirmed by the call center agent that you can go pick up that particular example. So how do we report on that? The customer experience is poor. It's over 10 minutes. And generally what happens is you might have a proactive agent or the customer's later complaint to analyze that call, what has happened, what has got wrong, because those particular retailers want to understand their customers. They need to understand what is happening, and to obtain this information is extremely difficult, and the customer not always give you the right information. The second simulation, and these are simulations that we are familiar with as our customers that we deal with. There's a customer looking for a particular aircon unit, lots of aircon units out there. Get onto the website, they enter the particular details onto several websites because now they're looking for a deal, they're looking for a particular aircon. And at this point in time, the customer is hot, as we refer. They want a particular aircon. They have shown investment in trying to get the information. If you do not get to the customer in the first 10 minutes, and this is proven by a lot of statistics, you have a good chance of losing that customer. 1, they'll go to an opposition. 2, they'll go to a second retailer. 3, they might even change their mind. So tracking and trace of that particular call or that particular, in this case, email is highly important. So how do we get to those customers? How do we ensure that those customers have a good experience? Generally, emails will go into a shared email box, and most of the customers get lost or don't get responded to, or you have a customer that gets responded to 10 minutes later, or maybe several days later. In a real life example, when we joined the Barcom family, Barcom's website was hit. They sent us a mail and said there's a possibility of a customer in South Africa is looking for it. In 2013, within us answering the customer within 10 minutes of their request, we landed our first deal. And that just proves in even 2013, being the fastest to the customer was the only reason why we got that Barcom deal. And then they took the product from there. So where do we go to from there? Right? Is that the key is your behavioral changes. And we need to start to change the behavioral. So what we've done is we started to have a look at where the customers, how they want to communicate, bring into the Omnichannel, for faster and more efficient response times, multi-customer engagement. Now, the youth of today are our customers of the future. Now, we've all been hearing that for the last 10, 15 years, but it is a reality. They are the ones that are driving where we go and what we need to provide. They are the ones that are saying, we need to be able to communicate you via WhatsApp. We need to be able to communicate you via Signal or Telegram or TikTok or Facebook. Okay, not so much Facebook anymore now, it's called Meta, but the industries are changing. Right? We need to be able to be available to them at any time. We need to respond appropriately to those customers. So, for example, they send a message and the call center is closed. Do we respond? How do we respond, and how do we maintain and keep that information? Okay? So Omnichannel provides a lot of these requirements. It enables multiple mediums. We're able to communicate to the customer for their platform of choice. It is not our choice. They choosing to communicate us via multiple platforms. Okay? We're able to respond quickly. We're able to provide two-way dialogue. We're able to have several customers online, so we can simultaneously handle multiple customers through skilled agents. And the end result is we now have a linked history of a particular customer. We have an increased productivity, and the customer experience can also be reported on. We've seen this in those two particular industries that I mentioned earlier on. In this one particular industry, they started off with 18 agents that were doing 15,000 calls. Average duration was about 98 seconds for their particular calls because they were pretty well versed in what they were doing. And what we've done is we've sort of centralized their particular agents because they had branches all over the country. And we've now put them into 158 agents. They're dealing with 149,000 calls. The duration of the calls has dropped dramatically due to the nature of their business and how they can respond. They had internal email system, which today they weren't able to report on, but in average, they were getting response times of greater than 5 minutes to customers. Now, with us adding the contact center and adding the queues to it, the customers are now getting responses straight away because they're going to agents who are seeing it visibly on the screen. It's not get lost into a shared email box. They currently do not have chats enabled or the WhatsApp enabled, but we are pushing them through onto that. And soon that will go into the queues as well, which will allow and improve their customer experience. But importantly, one of their big bugbears is reporting and history of their particular customers. We now can give them a reporting history and say, your customer came in via this particular medium. This is who spoke to him. This is how quickly we responded to. And as a result, the agent interaction with their particular customers has increased over 50%. So the success for things we have seen over the period of time, albeit small, the road is worth traveling. We have seen a massive improvement in customer satisfaction, increased sales and customer retention, improved call flow, headcount reduction due to centralization, and improved productivity. And those are just some of the small changes that we've seen and has been successful over this period of time. Hopefully, I've been able to give you some insight and you found the information relevant. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your nuance, Malcolm. It's highly appreciated. So now who we are. For those who don't know, Bicom has been working in the telecom industry for the last 20 plus years. Our vision is redefining the unified communications, and our strategy is building, obviously, quality systems and long-lasting relationship with our partners. As you saw, Malcolm's been working with us for the last 10 years, and that's the case. That's mostly the case for most of our biggest partners. And we also have a customer-centric approach. So we have a deployment and training team that's going to help you onboard with our products to ensure a smooth transition into operations. We have 24/7 support. We have in-house support team that offers top-of-the-line service and is available anytime. We have dedicated account managers and partner success rep for each particular account, depending on geographical location. We have partners program based on growth and collaboration from both sides. We have solutions engineers for if you may have any particular project that you might need additional expertise, we're here to support you with that. We have case studies and marketing collaboration that's available for partners program, but also for general public. You can access our case studies in our webpage and social media. And we have trade show presence, mainly in North America and Europe. And now we have a special offer for attendees. The special offer, it comes with a BOGO for multi-tenant. This is only for new partners. So if you buy a multi-tenant license, a perpetual one, then you're going to get an additional one for free. We also offer a 50% off from Omnichannel add-on for contact center for 1 year for new partners and existing ones if you attended this meeting. And we also have a 50% off for a year for the business edition of meetings for new customers and existing customers too. Now on to the Q&A section. I think we have 2 questions so far.
Yeah, thank you, Jose and Malcolm. So moving on to the Q&A. The first question, Sevda, you've already answered it, but we can just open it up live as well. What does agent utilization rate refer to exactly?
Well, I already answered here. So that is basically metric that evaluates the percentage of time an agent spends on productive activities, working on requests out of their total available work hours.
Thank you. And another one for you, Sevda. Is there a way to show logged in presence on an agent Yealink phone on the keys along with the ring groups?
Well, I'm not really sure about this. I really need to go through additional text, but I will get back to you with feedback as soon as possible. Thank you for the question.
Thank you. And then we've got 2, I think, for you, Jose. The first one, can you please expand on what makes it a scalable solution?
Yeah,
this is
thank
from
you.
Michael at Apollo Cloud.
Yeah, as I said before, Omnichannel and Contact Center, Supervisor app, the agents, and the Omnichannel are add-ons. So it can change anytime depending on the customer needs and the volume of interactions, meaning that basically this is a living system. So you might acquire the license and you might have only 1 supervisor and 15 agents and a couple of business extensions. But then in the future, if the volume of interactions increases or the business expand, then you can just simply add more supervisors, add more agents, and add more Omnichannel add-ons. We also understand that sometimes you might not have the resources, or well, your client might not have the resources to implement Omnichannel right away. So that's why we wanted to implement Omnichannel as an add-on. I hope that answers your question.
Thanks, Jose. Another question, is there an expanded list of supported CRM applications in the new version or planned for the future?
I'm not sure if you are aware, but we started with our CRM rewrite, which is basically new service, CRM service that should have improved features, support multiple CRMs per company. We will improve technical way of the implementation of these CRMs, data syncing, and everything else. So this is really a huge project. Since after we introduce new CRM, we will need to maintain the old version as well because of the list of CRMs that are already supported there. With the new CRMs, we will start with the most important ones that our partners stated as the most important, for example, Salesforce, etc. We will enable the list of features that we are currently also support for the voice, and in the next step, we will start adding the list of new CRMs.
Thank you. A question from Matt B, or two questions. It says, I heard you mention on a recent sprint review that nested chatbots or a chatbot tree may become available in the future. Are there any ballpark estimates on the time frame for this?
We do not have estimates or time frame for this part because we recently, not really recently, but in January, we launched the survey for our partners. We're actually based on their answers, we define priorities. So this nested chatbots, that is something that we have in the mind, but that is not the top priority based on our partners' answers. So that's why we still do not have time frame for this, because we need to focus on more priority things.
Thanks. And another question about WhatsApp. Is there an integration available?
WhatsApp integration. So as I already explained, this is something that's coming 7.2 version. I already a little bit talked about WhatsApp, that we support that as well, because it's already in the beta phase, and within the next month we are expecting the stable release. So WhatsApp will finally be available for all of you.
All right, and going back to Matt's second question, it's a little bit lengthy, but he's asking about the omnichannel pricing and doing it as pay per channel. He's had feedback from potential users that just want to use an additional channel or two, and he has an example there.
Okay, I see. We didn't think about this. For now, we have omnichannel add-on, like one price for the set of omnichannel features that we provided by now. In the future, we will probably go with some omnichannel add-on plus or premium package. The feedback that we keep getting from our partners is really different from what you stated now, and I'm glad you also gave us your feedback so we can take that into consideration. So basically, our customers were stating that they prefer to have packages because they do not find useful to have multiple add-ons, so they need to think when they want some combination. Oh, I need this add-on, that add-on. They prefer to have 2 or 3 packages and then to use that. So this is actually opposite way. So maybe we should go through more deeply discussion and feedback from our customers to see what, of course, majority wants. But this is also useful feedback, that this is something that is already asked by your customers. Thank you for that. We will take that into consideration.
Thank you, Sevda. So it looks like that's all the questions in the Q&A box, unless there's any last minute questions. Now is your chance. Otherwise, thank you so much to all of our speakers, especially thank you, Malcolm, for taking the time to join us today and share your experience. We really appreciated hearing from you. As I said earlier, we did record this session, so we will share that with you probably by the end of the week. Just checking the Q&A box one more time. Thank you, Matt. So thank you, everyone, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you very much.